Hi friends, and welcome to DIY Water World. In this video, I'm going to show you guys one of the wildest transformations yet. This is probably one of my funnest builds and favorite builds, where I transformed this junkyard boat, actually two junkyard boats, turn them into one, this really cool Indonesian style proa skiff for my friend. She's got really great plans for this boat, so without further ado, let's get to building. All right, so we're going to begin this build with a 26-foot deck boat that had catastrophic damage at the stern of the boat. So I'm going to cut it in half and use one of the front holes. Well, there you have it. Got them cut. We've got our starboard side, our center, and our port side hole. So you can see, I mean, look how thick this is. This is like, goodness, every bit of 3/8 and then some. I mean, gosh, it's half-inch thick, easy in some spots. Beefy. So can you guess what one of the cargo items will be in this boat? So now that we've got the stringer cut out, it's time to grind everything down, make our templates, and then we're going to use the old center section to cut our bulkheads, our front bench seat, and transom. We need to go get some supplies. So we are headed south to FGCI. We're going to the Fort Lauderdale Davie location. So I'm excited to share this new location with you, or new to me. I've never been to this location. And I'm going to walk you guys through some of the materials that they've got and what we're going to use and why. So let's go.
Use the left lane.
All right, so for these bulkheads and transom, I'm going to be using the FGCI vinyl ester resin. So vinyl ester resin is going to be, it's a mix, it's a blend between epoxy and polyester. But this is going to be a lot stronger, especially anytime you're doing structural work or anything below the water line. Vinyl ester resin is where it's at. You know, you read so many things online of this product's better than this product, and this is what somebody says you should do. What sold me on FGCI, I was coming into a dock once, my motor cut out, and I had just done the entire rail gunnel of my little skiff with vinyl ester resin, and I wasn't able to put my boat in reverse because it stalled, and I rammed into the piling, and I literally watched the gunnel of my little skiff flex in probably about a foot. It flexed in, flexed right back, no cracking, no delamination. So vinyl ester resin is definitely a good step above polyester. So we're building this rear seat out of an old corner from an old engine box. Yes, guys, the engine box that keeps giving that you've seen in multiple builds. Well, we keep on using it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to video much of building the AMA, so I'm sorry, guys. Check this out. We've got our main hole, and we've got our AMA here. So it's really important when you're setting up an Outrigger style hole that you got to get the heights proper. So we want this boat fully loaded and our beams, our Outriggers, to be level, connecting to this AMA. Okay, here's the moment of truth. I have no idea if this is going to work and actually hold water, but we're about to fill up our skiff pool. Fire it up! So, you know, one of the values to building something like this is that, you know, yes, you can take a boat to a boat ramp, maybe you have access to a lake nearby, but the ability to like be in the water, balance a boat, step back from it, look at it from all angles, mark things, walk around the boat, Usually you can't do that at a boat ramp. I've tried many times. This works because you can have people show up, help you, standing right next to the boat, balance it, weight it, walk to the sides, make adjustments. Let me tell you what, even if it's not in the ocean or in a river in a real body of water, there is something awesome and magical about the first time something you build floats and watching it in the water. This right here is that moment that I'm happy to share with you guys, that you spend all the work, time, building, constructing. Yes, it's not done, but to see this thing floating is, oh my God, it's so cool. This is the best part of doing a build, no doubt. What I'm gonna do now is full load in the boat, and then dial in where everything needs to be. I'll do my spacing, cross measurements, and then I can just do marks, and I could literally punch some screws through, but I'll know how I want this to be set up. Woo! I know. Oh my God. I'm really stoked with this. So now, guess what part's next? Yes, after it's finished, take it for a test run. So I'm gonna get back to it. So one of the most important areas in this build with the most stress is gonna be the amas, or the ama. So basically where the small hole attaches to the big hole. So those beams, those are just made out of 2x4s that I'm gonna laminate. I want those to be as strong as possible. And since I need the most strength possible, I'm gonna be using the FGCI 1-to-1 ratio epoxy. It's balanced perfect when you sit there.
Just glides. I'm scared to make this thing go. I'm scared to go fast.
Okay. I'd like to take a moment to thank you guys for watching. If this is your first time to the channel, well, I hope you check out some of the wild builds I've done and adventures I've taken on my skiffs. And for those of you returning, you guys know how much I appreciate you being here and coming back to the channel. As always, your channel love means the world and really helps this channel out and helps me to continue doing more builds. So any likes, comments, subscriptions, hit those buttons, do that stuff, because you are helping me tremendously. And hopefully you see some of the content I have coming your way. I have been very busy this past winter. FGCI has made it possible this winter to just build some really cool projects. And well, you're just gonna have to check future videos to see what we've been up to. Well, friends, that concludes part 1 of the Coco Loco build. I hope you've enjoyed the build so far. In part 2, we're going to be wrapping up a little bit of glass work, paint work, all the little knickknacks to make this boat ready for the Sandbar. So if you don't want to miss part 2, be sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video and want to leave a comment, you know I always appreciate it. So until next time, I'll see you guys soon.